Hi there, this is Paola with Bart. We are incredibly excited to share with you the new user experience, the new Bart dashboard that we're releasing today. You'll notice that on mobile, there's a new navigation bar on the bottom of the app, and on desktop, a new navigation bar at the top of the website. You may be wondering, well, where is the information from my old page? Now, where do I go to see? Am I still monitoring that Twitter account I connected for my child? To find that information, go ahead and click on View Profile under that child. This page probably looks really familiar. As you can see, this is where you still check what accounts you've connected for monitoring, where you can finish connecting the ones that you started the process of, but maybe didn't have the information for at the time. You can also add new accounts for monitoring by selecting the Add Account button. Here you'll see the same page as well. What's a little bit new about this is if you click on what is monitored on each account, you'll be taken to this new What Bart Monitors page. It's tailored to show you what we monitor on each type of device, so we're really excited for you to see that as well. But going back to the dashboard, let's click into Devices. We already talked about the children's page. That page is the home page that you first landed on. So in Devices, here we can see the device that we've set up for each child if applicable. So in this example, Junior hasn't yet set up their device, but Appleby has set up an iPhone XR for content monitoring. So here, this yellow squiggly line icon is telling me I haven't yet set up the screen time parental controls for the iPhone XR, but I have already set up the content monitoring. So I can click into this and I can see a device-specific page here. It shows me the last time that we received an analysis of the iPhone for its text messages and things like that. If I'm unsure what this means and what is monitoring, I can click on what's monitored and see a list of all of the different things we get when we analyze that iPhone. The Bart parental controls would be when I want to block apps or websites on that iPhone. That's the part that in this example for Appleby, my child, I haven't set up yet. What does it look like when I have set up both screen time and web filtering and content monitoring on a device? Let's click the back arrow, go back to Devices and look at Android. You'll notice that her Google Pixel has been set up for on-the-go parental controls, meaning screen time and web filtering, as well as for content monitoring. I can also click into the Google Pixel, review what is monitored, all those things, as well as review the last time that we detected that the web filtering and screen time was active. You can also scroll up, easily add a device for this child, add a monitored app, add a website or exception here. To request a check-in, you can still click on the top right account menu, scroll down to check-ins. To adjust billing, your name, your plan, you could still use account settings. If you would like to add an additional contact for alerts, you would click in alert settings to do so. And then to see alerts specific to a child, you can click on alerts there. Right now we're under Anne, so it narrows down all the most recent alerts for Anne. If I want to see it for all children at once, I can always adjust my sort filters up here to how I need them, whether it be that I want to see the ones that haven't been reviewed or the ones that have been reviewed, and so on. Last but not least, click on the top left Children or Kids option. It'll take you back to this page, the home page, and click on Settings. Scroll down to Parental Controls, select Screen Time Schedules, and there I have my default rules. These are the ones that, when other rules aren't in place, are always my fallback. So those apparently I have set to 6 to 8 a.m., then school rules from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and then, eventually gets to bedtime. The red dot on the left indicates what rules are currently being applied. So right now, bedtime is currently being applied for all of Anne's devices. If I want to, on the fly, adjust rules, for example, if I want to adjust what sites or apps are allowed for school time. I can select rules and scroll down and allow or block the appropriate toggles. For example, Zoom might be one that I want to make sure is always allowed for my school rules. If I go back to schedules, I can also adjust it from weekday to weekends. So my weekday schedule is much different than my weekend schedule. I can also add, if I want to add school rules, for example, I can add school rules, a new time block there. I can split up times as well. So all the blocks don't always have to be one after the other. I can split up a school block to be in the morning, then a default block, then another school block at night if I wanted. I can also quickly pause the child's devices, pause being blocking all internet access on the device. They would still be able to text and make calls, but they would have all internet-based apps and websites fail when you pause the child. If I pause them, this pause symbol comes up and the pause button looks red. I can always also, after a couple minutes, resume it, and it will start to allow the child to browse the web again, depending on the rules in place. And that's it for this tour of the new dashboard experience. I couldn't cover everything, but if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at screentime@bart.us.